Hello, I'm Dr. Rosie Kuhn, and this is I Want to Be a Better Coach. I want to start out with a quote from Timothy Galway, who wrote the book The Inner Game of Tennis. It was one of the original sources and foundations of what we call life coaching these days. That was in the 70s. The 70s. So 50 years ago is about when coaching started. He said, the thoughts, feelings, and motivations within us may be invisible even to ourselves, but have great impact on how we see ourselves, the choices we make, how we see and treat each other, which in turn creates much of the external conditions we live in. The thoughts and feelings and motivations within us may be invisible even to ourselves, but have great impact. So many of us individuals, like 99.9% of us, have no witness. We have very little introspection. And we don't have a way of really attending to these thoughts, these feelings, these motivations within us. And that's one of the values of being a coach, a life coach, an athletic coach, a leadership coach, a business coach, is that we get to be a witness and a reflection of and a mirror to our clients of those thoughts, feelings, and motivations within them that's impacting them, impacting the people around them, and giving them the life that they have. And saying, what's the life you want? And being able to help people navigate through their interpretations, their perceptions, the way they see themselves in the world, so that they can shift and change, so they can be more at choice. So this was the beginning of life coaching, if you will, leadership coaching, sports coaching, all of that 50 years ago. There was another book that came out about the same time, if not a little bit earlier, called We've Had 100 Years of Psychotherapy and the World is Getting Worse. And that was written by James Hillman and another person, I'm forgetting his name. And the whole point of that was like, wow, we put all of this focus in psychodynamic and psychopathology and psycho this and that, and the world isn't getting better. Like, what's this about? And I think that for me, having been trained as a therapist initially, it's like there's a problem and we want the problem to get fixed. Something's broken, we want to fix it. If you have a broken leg, you most likely will go to physiotherapy to help. So that therapy is to help fix something. But is it attending to the wholeness of the person? Is it attending to the wholeness of the being? For me, coaching is attending to the whole person. Our thoughts, our feelings, our body sensations, the way that we interact, the way that we perceive, the way that we engage. It's all part of being a human being. And as a life coach, I'm here to witness that in you, in every one of my clients, to reflect that, to track it for you and say, here's what I'm hearing, here's what I'm seeing, here's what I'm getting, here's what seems to be the perception that is limiting you moving towards what you say you want. So I started out this morning. It's like, okay, I got to do a video and, started putting some stuff together I was thinking about and ended up having a coaching session. I'm calling it a coaching session with my coach. And the level of engagement and presence of my coach is phenomenal. In a sense, my coach is present to, in a sense, what Timothy Galway is saying here. It's like he's present to my thinking, but beyond my thinking, he's present to tracking all of what's occurring and sensing in me. And it's what we call a quality of presence. So it's in most of us as coaches or therapists, we're trained to think and watch and track thought patterns, track this and that, and see the requirements for fixing. When we're holding space, we're being present to who the individual is and what's showing up and what's arising. And to me, this is so important with my clients because I'm not trying to fix them or heal them. I'm allowing them the space to explore and expose themselves to themselves. So when I'm with my coach, call him Winston, I am being as raw and vulnerable and exposed as I can be in terms of what I know about myself. And he receives me and he reflects that back to me. He reflects the courage and strength. I wrote this down so that it would be easy for me to relate to you. He sees me, he gets me, he focuses on my strength and courage. He tracks my thought process, even though I may be threading many ideas together all at once. He is relentless in his presence. Ongoingly, he engages me in my own knowing that I'm availing myself to a sacred field, where true immersion in creation exists. It creates an ache, and I'm wrecked. So when we're in the presence of someone who holds that space for us and engages us in that knowing that we know, I know, you know this space. I know you know this space. And my job is to hold that level of presence so that you can explore that for yourself, just as Winston explores this for me. He keeps holding that space, and I keep asking questions. I keep saying, what about this and what about that, from my own knowing and my own experience or my own questioning. And he says, yes, that too. Yes, that too. And he allows that sacred place to exist within me without question, without limitations, full potentiality. That's what I want to do with my clients. That's what I want you to do with your clients. That's what I want you to do with yourself. That's why I have this video series, I Want to Be a Better Coach, because this is what is going to make a difference in the world. One person at a time. I have a client, her name, I call her Cicely. I always change the name of my clients just to let you know that I maintain confidentiality. And quite often with Cicely, there'll be a moment where she starts to just kind of nod off. And I know at that point that she's wrecked. We've gone the distance. And, you know, she loves the experience of what's stirring within her. Not just a logical, rational, you know, here's the problem, here's the goal, here's the results we want, here's the objectives, here's the commitments, but something deeper that I witness and I recognize, the courage to be human. And I've heard this for decades, where people go, do you know how courageous it takes to be human in this human existence? Do you know how courageous it is for us as humans, these soul spirits that say, hey, I want to go to your earth. I want to check it out. I want to be in earth school. I want to know what that's like. It takes an incredible amount of courage and strength to be here. And my job is to see that and go, wow, you're here. Wow. You're taking on a lot, and I'm here to support and empower you and be that reflection for how awesome you are. So many coaches and therapists and psychologists start out with, something's wrong with you, and I'm here to help you find the right results and right things to do. It's like, no, you already have an incredible amount of wisdom. I want you to find that. I want you to see where you are already wise and in full potentiality. I want you to know that, because that's what's going to grow and expand that your edge of comfort, your comfort level. If I say, no, you don't know how to do it, I'm going to tell you how to do it, you're going to shrink. I shrink. And that's one of the enormous exercises of working with a life coach, is I know every time I meet my coach, he's going to stretch me, and it's uncomfortable. I'm wrecked. But if I'm not wrecked, what's the point? And I've heard this in a lot of documentaries and things that I've watched where people go, if you're not living in that adventure place, in that place of, I don't know how to do this, you're kind of missing the opportunity to know yourself in a different way than you've ever known yourself. And like I and everybody else basically come in and go, okay, I get it. We're going to do this. We're going to go to school. We're going to learn to do this. We're going to get a job. We're going to get married. We're going to, all of those elements, and then go and live, then we'll live happily ever after. And that's just not what happens. The adventures show up, the challenges, the horrific things show up that challenge us to say, who are you? Who am I? And that's my job as a coach, is to say, who are you in there? And who am I? Who am I? And only my capacity to do that with myself grows my capacity to do that with you, grows your capacity to do that for your clients or your friends or your children, people you serve. So here's one thing that I it's like, what am I wanting to bring to you guys through these videos? And I wrote, as a coach, what is your heart inviting you to be, to do, and to have? Not from a sense of absence, but because this calling longs to be received by you. That there's a calling, there's something in the world that's calling you, inviting you, not from absence or you need more of this or you lack that, but from this true place of drawing into and being in the invitation. This is the sacred field. And it's like, I don't get it. I don't either sometimes. That's why I work with Winston, because he constantly brings me back to this place. And that's what my clients say about me. It's like, Rosie, I don't know what's going to show up, but whatever that is that happens, it's that amazingness that brings us to this field. So yes, I want my clients to be wrecked by the end of our sessions. I want to be wrecked by the end of my session with my clients. Generally, I have maybe 3 sessions a day, which is too much, because when you're wrecked, you're wrecked. So two sessions a day, full out. That's my work, and that's what I'm inviting you and engaging you to think about or to be with. Like, what is this that I'm here to do? What is this that I'm here to experience? This ache, this place that longs to connect and engage with other individuals in a way that supports and empowers their opening to this sacred field. And then I have to be willing to be in that sacred field too, so that I can witness it. I know it. I see it. And it's always a hallelujah, because I feel it in myself when they reach it, when you reach it. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say today. Kind of blew it out all over the table here. It's excruciatingly exquisite work to be in this level of true work, I'll say. And it's exquisitely excruciating and excruciatingly exquisite. And I'm so grateful for that part of me that never gave up and never said, that's too hard. I'm just so grateful. And I'm grateful that I found my coach. So great. And my clients are also, as I said in the past, are my teachers. They keep growing me. So all these opportunities to grow, and I want that for you. And speaking of that, if you have any desire to work with me as a coach, or to train with me, or to join my groups, I have a group that meets every other week. These are all coaches that we talk about what's showing up in our lives in our coaching and how to be more effective in our coaching. There's contacts below, and you're welcome to look at that. And it's currently Saturday, May 24th, and on May 25th, if you happen to see this before then, I'm part of a summit. And tomorrow, the 25th, I'll be speaking at 11:30 on the leaps of faith from fear to freedom. And if you'd like, I'll leave that link below too, so you can join that if you'd like to. All right. Hey, I'm always saying, I'd love if you got any value of this, give me a thumbs up. And if you don't give me a thumbs up, just ask yourself why. If you found value, but you say, nope, not going to, just ask yourself why. And if you didn't get value, give me a thumbs down. That helps. And a comment below that says, this was no value, and here's why. I would love that. I think that's really what this is about, is this authentic, true expression. Authentic response of value or no value. It's just a question I sit with myself and invite you into as well. All right. Blessings to you. Bye for now.